Happy Monday.
What the hell was that?
I don't fucking know.
Perfect noise to start the week too, guys.
I'll get your Disney Princess wave.
Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show.
Good to be back.
I feel like I haven't seen you three in like a month.
A month?
Or I said you three. There's only two of you.
Oh no.
Hello, I'm
Sean's
here.
seeing
Okay,
things
okay,
again.
me.
Not again, damn it. Guys, I'm Anthony Tocher. He's Shane
Yeah,
Diefenbach.
we are.
He is
Collectively are.
Shawn DePaz.
We're all together, Shane Diefenbach? Or
Yeah,
all
we
in?
collectively are all Shane.
It's like, what's up, guys? I'm Shane. I'm Anthony, and I'm Shawn, and
Together.
we are Shane Diefenbach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. Oh man, how was your guys' weekends? Yeah, just nod, smile, and wave, boys. Kind of vibe.
I was in Mexico.
Yeah. So how was it?
It was wondrous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything crazy? Find treasure?
Caught an albacore.
Really?
Yep.
You went deep sea fishing?
Not deep sea.
Just-
Catching albacores is interesting because you're just out on the ocean, and the Mexican boat driver was like, "Hey, see." Like, "Woo."
He was talking about albacore.
And there was just like they're just jumping throughout the water like they're just
I'm not-
there, and all you do is you throw a cast and then you just reel really fast and they see some things shining and they're like, "Rah, rah, rah." It was really fun. So I caught one of those. Like violently hungover on the boat,
Ew.
very close to throwing
Oh
up.
God.
Was out there for about 4 hours. It was fun. It was a good
What about
time.
you?
Got a little color.
What
Coming
did
for
I
you,
do this
Sean.
weekend? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Wow. Lame
Good.
and disappointing.
No, it's good.
I mean,
Sean's in grind set mindset all the time.
Grind set mindset.
Yep.
Okay. Damn. Let's talk about ASU baseball.
gang,
We got a lot to get to.
not gang.
ASU baseball, some Sun Devils landing on NFL rosters, and then some transfer portal updates as well. But starting with Willie Bloomquist,
Can
Sun
you James
Devils.
Draws this?
What?
Are you gonna James Draws this?
I don't know what that means.
What happened?
You have- what happened?
Oh, what happened? Oh no, it was just I didn't know his name. It was just
Yeah,
the
but
what
that's what
happened
you.
guy.
That's what you.
Yeah,
meant.
what
Okay.
happened? ASU baseball. How you lose to Oregon?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
It was
Twice in one
ASU's
series.
first Pac-12 series loss of the season. They dropped from number 20 to number 17 in D1 baseball's top 25. They dropped the first two games and then won on Sunday against the Ducks. Shawn, you and I had talked late last week about how this was kind of a similar matchup, right? It was
Mhm.
almost ASU baseball playing themselves in a mirror here. Pitching wasn't great for Oregon most of the year, but they could always rely on their bats. And it was just really a case of which team's pitching was going to hold up through the first two games. And it was Oregon. Something that we've seen ASU baseball be able to do all season was dig themselves out of holes, right? But it is starting to turn into an issue for ASU. Looking just at these three games from this past weekend, through 4 innings on Friday, they were already down 1-9. On Saturday, through the 4th inning, they were down 3-8. And then on Sunday, even in the game that they won through 4 innings, they were down 4-0. This is not something that you can have in terms of a sustainable team that is going to do something in the postseason.
No.
Is dig holes like this.
No, not at all. And I mean, I think that was one of the things that we had. I mean, Jack Loaders mentioned it. We talked about it briefly. Is like the one concerning thing about how they lost the series to what you just mentioned is that like it was our concern with the pitching was just them kind of bridging that gap, the middle innings, stuff like that. Not necessarily how they were starting games or how they were finishing them. It was just trying to get to the end. That's not what happened here. Like you said, they dug themselves into holes super early in the games, and that's not encouraging when you're finally getting into like opponents that are possibly better than you for the first time all year. And that's how you respond. Definitely not ideal. Like, I mean, you're not winning games when you're giving up 11 and 16 runs. That is a recipe for failure. And obviously, this team has the bats to sometimes get out of situations like that. But that is not. You can't be banking on that. That is, like I said, it's a recipe for failure.
Yeah, bad starting pitching is something that this team can't have start. Like,
No baseball team can.
Well, I know, but
yes, I agree with you.
start
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
that can't be the one thing that's going to be consistent down the stretch. If the bats aren't working early and the pitching isn't working early, you're not going to be a good baseball team. And Joe says that hopefully the arms can rest up because you got, obviously we'll get into it, but a really big series coming up. Pitch better. You just have to. You have to start the game pitching better.
Yeah.
And I know this team can claw its way back, but like we saw on Sunday, winning 9-6. But it's just you can't start every game like that. It's not healthy.
Yeah, no, and to your point, right? You're starting to get to the point now where these are crucial series in terms of the Pac-12 tournament, in terms of just postseason baseball in general. So I feel like to start off the way that they are, I know there is a lot of faith in the bats, and I know Willie has a lot of faith in this team. But at a certain point, like at least the guys that are out there, right? Like oh, here we go again. Like we're gonna start down 4-0, or we're gonna get to the fourth inning and be down 7 runs, and we got to claw our way back. Like there is something about a team having to always fight upward versus being able to maintain a comfortable lead. And I feel like this team, when it comes to postseason baseball, at least as it is right now, like you're going to be playing competitive baseball.
Yeah.
Like you can't afford to be like just doing this, because it's not only is it physically exhausting, I feel like it definitely takes a toll on this team mentally.
Especially, I mean, pitching too. Like it's not easy to go out there in either relief of a bad outing to start, or like being a starter that knows like, oh, the middle relief is going to give up runs if I don't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, baseball is a really mental game.
Yeah.
Sun Devils shouldn't be clawing their way up a hill. They should be kicking down at it.
Yeah.
Get off me. Get back down there.
Well, and most of the time,
Scar.
Yeah.
No, Scar's the one that's kicked him off. Who's it?
Mufasa?
Get down, Mufasa. Get
So
down.
you're Scar? We're bad?
Yeah.
We're bad guys?
I mean, if nice guys finish last, dog.
Wow. Okay, geez. Comes back from Mexico, a changed man, I guess. One thing that we've been able to like at least rely on in terms of the bats for ASU baseball is them heating up in the 8th inning. We talked about it. It's one of their best innings all season. This past series, they got outscored in the 8th inning. I want to say it was 4-2. I know they only scored 2 total runs in the 8th inning. Again, something that you just can't have, scoring runs. You can't afford not to score runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, especially if you start off games where you're down 7 or 8 runs. It's just you're gonna lose. It doesn't really matter who you're playing. Like you are going to lose. And now you get to this weekend. You're back at home. We've seen what this team is certainly capable of doing throughout the most of the season, specifically at Muni. Right? They're 20-5 this season at home. That is where they have made their bread and butter. Pretty much is being able to dominate at Muni, and you've got now a top 10 team in Stanford coming to town. Stanford reclaiming first place in the Pac-12 standings. This is the series that I think is going to tilt ASU baseball one way or the other for the remainder of their season.
Oh, yeah.
How does ASU go out there on Friday and get back on track?
Here, let me throw out some numbers. 60, 58, 59, 59, 60. What are those numbers? And no, it's not the offensive rebounds the Suns gave up last game.
Say those numbers again?
60.
This is just a joke. That is the high in Stanford right now. Stanford, California.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be 100 plus.
I thought it was.
I thought it was like the runs they've given up each
Yeah.
week. Of the last sounded crazy. 60 runs,
That'd be
50
wild.
runs. I was like, it sounds about
Oh
right.
man.
Yeah, it's going to be 100 plus. So home field advantage. You have it. You're ready for the heat.
These nerds are used to being inside and AC studying. They're not used to this.
Take your 94% graduation rate and your 4% acceptance rate and stick it, dog.
Jeez.
I mean, getting back to your actual
Toadger's like,
question.
damn, Shane's mean now.
He's not mean.
Listen, I am always here for bullying Stanford, both the people that go there and the trees. But to actually answer your question, like, I mean, we just talked about it. They have to start out hot. They can't be putting pressure on the bats. Like, because, I mean, baseball's such a fascinating sport in the sense that it's a team sport, but it's obviously wildly individual. And the like, if you get to the bottom of the first, especially since they're hosting, you get to the bottom of the first, you're already down. Like, it's got to be discouraging for the batters, and it can't do much to like help the clubhouse feel when you're. I have to imagine it's pretty easy to start pointing fingers when it's clearly just the pitcher who fucked up for the first inning. It's like now you're behind. So you just don't put yourself in that situation again. Like whoever is starting on Friday needs to come out and do what they did in game 1 against Cal State Fullerton, I believe, where they pitched 4 or 3 hitless innings to start that game. Like, if you can come out and do that, it's similar to what was it? I think it was the Oregon State series where it's like you set the. Or no. It was the Washington State series, maybe. I forget which one, but it was like you set the tone for the series on the first game.
Yeah.
If you could do that, you set yourself up for success over the next 2. And alternatively, you set yourself up for failure over the next 2 if you don't do that. So if they can come out and keep just the pitching can do their job for the first couple of innings, then I think they've set themselves up for success. Because if you're getting into an arms race with this team, I'm taking ASU every single time. Or I guess an arms race is not the right way to put that. I guess pitching would be the arms race, wouldn't it? You know what I mean?
Bomb fest?
Yeah. A bomb fest.
Yeah. If you're getting into a bomb fest or a slug fest with this
There you go.
ASU team, you're going to lose. So,
heavyweight fight.
Joe, the lumber won't slumber at
Bare Knuckle Fighting Club.
I mean, you look at the way that, like, I know Stanford has been
Platinum Mike Perry.
pretty dominant the last few years. But ASU baseball, you hope is quote unquote back, right? That Willie's building something. Yeah. This is the opponent that you're going to learn the most, because ASU was 2-11 in their last 13 games against the Stanford Cardinal, dating all the way back to 2018, 2019 season, right? Like, this is a team in the Stanford Cardinal that have always been able to rely on beating conference opponents, beating them consistently, and beating them handedly. Like, if you really want to put the conference on notice, and really the nation on notice, that this ASU baseball program is back, you got to do it this weekend. Otherwise, you're going to get to a point where ASU baseball, they can host a regional, do whatever, and like they can obviously falter toward the end of the year and be like, oh, Willie's got something building, right? They're back. Well, guess what? Stanford's kicked your ass for the last 5 years, and they did it again this year. So what is really making anybody believe that Willie Bloomquist and ASU baseball can actually be a part of the top tier in terms of the Pac-12 until you do this?
2 of 3, baby.
Yeah, you went 2 of 3. That's
how about you call up NAU and be like, hey, can we borrow your mascot for the series?
Yes, love it. Absolutely fucking love it. Love it.
Speaking of NAU, have you seen their basketball facility?
No.
Okay. That's something we can get into maybe later this week. Holy shit.
Is it nice?
It's $50 million. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So that's we can, on a slow day this week, we can push our cancel DFA agenda.
Interesting.
For the Lumberjacks?
Yeah.
Hey, go vote on May 16th, please.
What?
Do it. May 16th.
I know you just want
Tempe residents, go vote.
Just want to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, we're talking about DFA and it's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I don't want them to do that though.
I don't want them to, but it's better than DFA as it stands.
Yeah, that's true.
Back to ASU baseball.
50 mil, JJB. 50 mil.
Do we think they get it done? Do they win 2 of 3?
I feel like I have a lot of power.
Whoa.
Because I predicted exactly what was going to happen against Cal State Fulton, and I did it against Oregon.
Yeah, you did.
So they were going to go in for 2.
Don't let your heart deceive you here.
So you're saying just
use your head here. What are you going with?
I don't know if you want me to use my head here.
Use your head.
Because my head is telling me that they're going to go
JJ, you
1 and 2 again.
You have to stop.
You going to say St. Meeks?
That's what he said. Yep. You have to stop.
JJ, I love you, man. I love you. What do you got?
I don't want to be that guy.
Is Willie cooking or is he not?
Willie's not cooking.
He's not cooking?
He's going to be cooking for 1 of 3 games. I'm going to go 1 and 2 again. I think this is what ASU is. I think they're the 3rd best team in the conference behind Stanford and Oregon. These are the 2 series that I expect them to lose.
I think they bounce back. I think they have a good game 1, win that, lose the rubber match, and win. Or no, they lose the game, and then the second game, and then win the rubber match. They went 2 of 3. Nick McClain hits a grand slam.
2 of 3. Ooh, okay, we even go with a grand slam here. I am.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I think they get swept. I think you got to bring out the brooms. I think this is going to be a tough series to watch, just because Stanford is truly dominant. They are a top 10 team in college baseball for a reason. And I know there's a lot at stake for ASU, but I think there's a lot at stake for Stanford too, to really push the agenda that they are far and away the best team in this conference, and that there isn't really anybody in the Pac-12 that can compete with them. And I think they do it, against an ASU baseball team that has only lost 5 games at home. So I'm going with the sweep. It pains me to say it, and I really hope Willie and company can prove me wrong. I hope it's vice versa. I hope they win 3-0.
Dude, Stanford beat Oklahoma earlier this year, 23-11.
Not good.
And then they beat them again later that series, 16-5.
Can you riddle me this, Batman?
Yes, Batman.
Why? So I'm looking at their Stanford schedule.
Yeah.
Why was their loss sponsored by Stanford Medicine?
I was wondering that. I saw that. I think that game was just sponsored, but yeah.
No, the loss was sponsored.
The loss was sponsored.
That's because UCLA medicine is better.
Okay.
That game actually had no baseball players.
Should've
It was just
moved
two.
to-
It was just doctors performing surgery.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's, I don't know if this really tells you anything, but Oregon did beat them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cal State Fullerton took a game from them too.
No, but they beat them in the series.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting.
April 14th through 16th.
Yeah, I mean, you look through Stanford's schedule. The one they're not blowing. I mean, obviously, I just mentioned them beating Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But with 20 plus runs, 24.
They split that series.
But yeah,
Sidney
like
Sanders.
generally speaking, it's not a team that puts up a whole lot of runs. They just don't give up a whole lot of runs either. And I mean, it's similar to the Cal State Fullerton one, I believe, where there was a similar situation. Cal State Fullerton wasn't a team that gave up a lot of runs, but they weren't a team that scored a lot of runs either. What gives in that situation? Obviously, if you're ASU, you hope it's the giving up runs part, right? You hope that the ASU's bats can perform and Stanford's can't. But I guess if you're looking for something to be hopeful about in the Stanford series, is that this team is not that if ASU's bats are active, Stanford is not the kind of team that is also putting up double-digit games very often.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if ASU wants a chance to win, if they can start the game strong, Stanford is not the kind of team that's going to be making big comebacks like ASU does.
Well, we talked about it last week too. I know they picked up their second loss of the season now when they scored 10 plus runs. But for the most part, this team has a ridiculous winning percentage when they score 10 plus runs.
Yeah.
You know what you have on Stanford? One more run.
Hell yeah.
You've scored one more run than Stanford. You've given up a lot more. We've scored one more run than Stanford. Stanford has scored 307. You've scored 308.
The bat's got to be cracking, guys. If you want to make some money on ASU baseball.
Or the Kraken.
Or the Kraken. Do it on the BetMGM Sportsbook app. Guys, use bonus code PHNX. And there's a couple different offers depending on where you live, but for our Arizona audience, you guys are going to get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Again, make sure you use bonus code PHNX. Guys, any bets that you're making tonight for NBA playoffs?
Yeah. DeAndre Ayton double-double.
Really?
Ooh. Plus 105. People hate him right now.
People do hate
I think people just hate him in general. I don't know if it's right now.
Well,
they love him when he's balling out in the playoffs.
Yeah, when? But
yeah,
it's few and far between that DA does that.
Well, I mean,
it has this
not
year,
in the
I
playoff.
guess.
Yeah, I mean, this year he's been fine, but
we know what DA can do in the playoffs.
We know playoff DA.
He's just been hibernating so far.
You dancing at all on Suns money line or?
I'm taking the over. I would hope they win tonight. The Nuggets fans are probably really sad and angry about the Avs. So,
What about you, Shawn?
Yeah, let's go to the money line. Why not? I believe it.
First, this is just a Denver stick it stat. Seattle's first win in playoff history was against the Colorado Avalanche. The Seattle Seahawks' first win in playoff history was against the Denver Broncos, 43-8.
Do you know the Seattle Supersonics first?
It was not against the Denver team.
That'd been cool though.
No, that'd have been very fun.
Guys,
wild.
Check out the show notes for full details. Now you guys get to listen to Shane's beautiful voice once again.
Yay.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
Michigan sucks.
Michigan does suck. Michigan State football also sucks.
Yes, they do.
You know why Michigan sucks?
Mel Tucker?
Because they don't have 4 peaks.
They don't have 4 peaks.
Woo! Mel
No,
Tucker.
not Mel Tucker. I mean, maybe because of Mel Tucker. Matt HBO did give that man a big ass contract.
Yeah.
Mel
Mel Kiper?
Hmm?
Mel Kiper Jr.
He's just saying shit now.
Okay. All right. It kind of sounds like you had one too many 4 peaks.
It does.
There.
You weren't drinking responsibly?
There were no 4 peaks in Mexico.
That's so tragic.
Yeah, it was very tragic.
There were 4 peaks
Cuatro peaks.
at the. There were 4 peaks at the NFL draft party that we had last Thursday at 4 Peaks 8th Street Pub. See how I did that there? Yeah. Pronounced that correctly this time. 4 Peaks 8th Street Pub.
Cuatro picos.
Pull through. It's a vibe there. They have amazing beer, amazing food. I didn't eat last time I was there. Actually, that's not true. I had pizza. I had some of Emma's pizza. And listen, we talk a lot about the
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Thank you. We talk a lot about how good their tendies are. They are bomb. The pizza also goes pretty cray-cray. Everything they have there goes insane. I think Max asked the most important question I think I've ever heard somebody ask, because he was going to order a chicken Caesar salad, and he was like, but does it have a lot of chicken? And the guy was like, yeah. Because nothing worse than a chicken Caesar salad where it's like mostly Caesar salad and very little chicken.
Or a chicken salad that has crispy bits on it.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Inherent it.
Some restaurants you order a chicken Caesar salad and they give you a Caesar salad with hair and chicken tenders on it. Four Peaks would never do you like that, because Four Peaks is amazing and clean and beautiful. So check them out at the Four Peaks 8th Street Pub. But as always, you must be 21 or older to enjoy, and you must do so responsibly.
And if you want it, make sure to go to any grocery store and get yourself
Cuatro Picos.
Very good, very good. Let's talk about some Sun Devils landing on NFL rosters. Why don't we? Only one got drafted.
But one got drafted.
That
Suck
is
it,
one
U of A.
more than the team down south.
Jen, I love you, but you broke your promise.
You're untrustworthy.
Yep.
Recruits can't trust you. They can trust Kenny Dillingham, though. Nesta Jade Silvera.
They can trust Herm Edwards.
Nobody can trust Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards got more guys to the NFL this year than
that's true. You're right. But nobody can trust Herm. Nobody can trust Herm. Nobody. I don't even think Herm trusts Herm. Nesta, you are a Las Vegas Raider.
Duh.
My God, you tweeted out, but it just fits the vibes.
From a pure vibes perspective, he's a guy with a lot of personality. He fits a franchise that has a lot of personality.
I'm calling it right now. He's going to go viral during, I almost said spring training, during preseason.
Yeah.
Dude,
I wish you would love to see him on Hard Knocks.
I was about to say, who's Hard Knocks this year?
I don't know.
It feels like it should be the Raiders. They had one. They had a really good one. The Antonio Brown saga. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to be them.
Oh, no. Nesta in silver and black just feels right. It sucks because he's now in the AFC West with the boys. But
okay, so
can I guess?
Hasn't been announced yet, but there are 4 teams who are eligible and 3 who seem not to have interest. But the 4 that are eligible are the Commies, the Washington Commanders, the Derek Carr's New Orleans Saints, Justin Fields Chicago Bears, and Aaron Rodgers New York Jets.
Oh, it's going to be the Jets.
Do the Jets have interest?
I don't know. I haven't read through the article.
I feel like the Commanders definitely won't have any interest.
No.
Well, Jets special team captain Justin Hardy wants nothing to do with the show, and I'm sure he's the end all be all.
Yeah. Why is that in the article?
I don't know.
That's just okay.
So yeah, Nesta's a Raider. What do you think?
Yeah, vibes.
Just vibes, just pure vibes.
Nesta, I followed you to the Senior Bowl. I followed you to the Combine.
Hey, let's not say it like that.
I did. I frequent Vegas a lot, so I'll be seeing more of you then.
There we go. Okay, Nesta, stay away.
Whoa.
Stay away. What? You're out here following him.
I'm just asking him a question every now and then.
Yeah, he's just like, damn, this motherfucker is.
I got really into this article for a few seconds, and I looked back up, and we were talking about you following Nesta, and I'm very confused as to what happened.
So Shane follows Nesta Jade Silvera, but he does not follow Xazavian Valladay, and you're not following him to the Houston Texans. He is now a Houston Texan.
No, I'm not.
Second ASU running back in the last couple of seasons.
Too bad he's sitting behind the best running back in league history.
But I was telling that running back room is going to be fun. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to be fun.
Where's Zeno?
He's not. I don't believe he's a Texan anymore.
Where is he, though?
I think he's a free agent.
Find him.
Isn't that your
Make
job?
a call real quick.
Yeah, I actually do have his phone number.
Xazavian Valladay, the Texans. I know it's
Benjamin, you are a New Orleans Saint.
That
is kind of a vibe.
Is Mark Ingram still there?
I think so.
They remind me a lot of each other.
Guys, focus.
Sorry.
Xazavian Valladay, Houston Texans. What do we think? I know he's not going to be the starter with Damian Pierce obviously there, but a guy that I feel like can definitely carve out a role for himself on this team.
I'll say this as a guy who watched Devin Singletary a lot for the last years. Fans get tired of that man real quickly. He's not a very dynamic running back.
He's
in my
just
opinion.
so boring.
Yeah, it's just a very boring running back. So, I mean, from a fan base perspective, and I mean, I guess from a football perspective too, like I certainly think there will be an opportunity there for X to get touches and steal some from Devin Singletary because he's boring and not that good, to be quite honest. So that's fun. But I mean, I think it's cool you have a new coach. It's like a team that doesn't really have anything figured out. So there's just, I think, by virtue of it being so wide open, there's an opportunity for X to kind of make a name for himself.
Who are the Bills running backs?
Cook,
Yeah.
Naheem Hines, and Latavius Murray. Yeah,
That's the most gross running back room. I
oh,
think
really?
Yes.
You're telling me?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty.
it's fucking awful.
Sorry.
Who's your
that-
running
that's
back? No, it's not clear.
No, he's our running back.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's
No,
not.
he said running back.
Yeah.
Guy that runs the football.
Oh, Justin Herbert.
No, who's your actual? Who's it? Assuming Eckler's gone, who is it?
Assuming he's gone, I
Yeah.
don't think you can assume.
Okay,
that he's
let's
gone.
just
Joshua
say
Who's your
Kelly?
backup running back?
Joshua Kelly.
that's it.
Until
your-
we sign Ezekiel Elliott, then
That's your running back room is just Joshua Kelly.
Larry Roundtree and
That's not a
Isaiah
real
Spiller.
person. Those aren't real people.
They, none of them are.
I
Okay.
wanted X as a Buffalo Bill.
I wanted him as a Charger, so we can both cry ourselves to sleep.
So you guys
Um,
had Zach Charbonnet, so
Together.
Yeah, we'll hold hands and cry. Kyle Soelle, you are staying in Arizona
yeah.
again.
I love that.
Arizona Cardinal. I tweeted it out, but out of all of the Sun Devils landing on NFL rosters, Soelle to the Cardinals is my personal
When
favorite.
Kyle Soelle's career is over, he's gonna sell real estate in Scottsdale.
Yes. Kyle
gonna what?
Soelle.
Sell real estate in Scottsdale,
Oh, okay.
First off,
but do like a ton of charity work.
getting
Called
back to
Soelle
the
sells.
getting back to the Hard Knocks thing, Kyle Soelle would be on the Arizona Cardinals. Would be absolute, just beautiful TV. Hard Knocks would slobber all over that. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of a joke, but also like for a franchise that doesn't ever seem to have it shit together, and people talk about all the nonsense that happens behind the scenes. Kyle Soelle is like a really good young guy to
Yeah,
have. Like
good character
personality wise, you don't got to worry about him. Presumably, I guess I don't know him that well, but presumably you don't got to worry about him doing
That would be
anything.
the most shocking thing ever.
As if Kyle
He
Soelle
just
was
goes
like a
full
bad
Stetson
dude.
Bennett.
He's like a terrible person. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that part's nice. I don't know what to make of this team. They have a defensive-minded head coach, which is cool, I guess, for a young guy. I don't know what to make of the Cardinals or what kind of opportunity, if any, he would get there. But I think it's fun just to have him in the city.
Cardinals love their linebackers.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they did. We don't know about this regime.
Well, they love their
Kime definitely did.
yeah.
But and I mentioned this to Shane a little bit ago, but like I think it's from an ASU perspective, it's awesome just to have him in the city still.
Yeah.
Like they obviously practice in Tempe. Like to have him to still be able to be around the program, I think is going to be very good for ASU football.
You know who's still in the Raiders?
Darian Buller.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I was going to ask about that earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, is homeboy still there?
Which homeboy?
Homeboy?
Why can't I think? Coach.
Antonio
Oh.
Pierce.
Yes, AP.
I think so. I feel like he is.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him.
But yeah,
Wait.
Soelle could. I don't think Kyle Soelle will end up making the roster, but he is somebody that I wouldn't be surprised if he just had a ridiculous preseason and everyone was like, "Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Like this guy is so consistently good."
Yeah, and can I say this too? And I know I joke about the XFL a lot, but it is really nice to have like two, I guess the USFL too, like two other leagues where it's like, oh, he's not making a practice squad. Well, we might actually get to see him play football still.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty, because like that is one thing about like a lot of these guys from the ASU. Obviously, I know we're gonna get to more of them in a second, but like a lot of none of them, with the exception of X, were drafted, and then Merlin not even signed. Like that's the kind of talent that the XFL thrives on.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see
you know,
them play
Darian
football.
Butler had a tackle against the Chargers on December 4th last year.
Yeah, it was
Sure
just
he does.
the random little stat in the back of my head.
I'm surprised you don't have like a video memory.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, he did it on 3rd and 5.
It's like
You know,
Sean
Austin
McVay.
Eckler's only carry of
You know,
the
he had
game.
4 tackles against the Colts in November.
Did you?
No, I didn't know these things. I knew he
I didn't know.
played a
I
couple
would be,
snaps. I
it,
didn't.
it would be weird if you did.
Yeah, it
if
would
you
be-
knew his exact tackle count.
he had a tackle against the Seahawks.
You
I
done?
didn't watch that game because I was.
How many tackles?
Wait,
against
was
the
that the
Bills last
game that they lost in
Yeah,
overtime?
that was the game they lost in overtime.
Josh Jacobs had like a gazillion yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough.
year? Wah.
Trevez Moore.
Don't stand next to Bryce Young. Just don't do it. Brian Burns already did it. Trevez, you are too tall to stand next to Bryce Young. Don't do it.
It's just gonna make him feel
That's
sad.
all I have to say about
It's gonna make
this.
him feel sad.
No, just people are gonna run with it and be like, Bryce Young is actually
Yeah,
no.
but
You know
Trevez
what?
Moore is 6'4".
Yeah, everybody stand next to Bryce Young and post it on Twitter. So his over under and passing yards will keep going down at BetMGM. He's gonna be a stud.
I think he's gonna be a
The
stud, too.
Panthers
he's
have
gonna be-
weapons.
Trevez Moore and the Panthers.
Adam Thielen, you are the 2023-24 NFL receiving leader.
Dude, can you imagine how many? That's gonna be such a great fantasy draft pick at like round
Yeah.
11.
Is it Miles Sanders at running back now?
Yeah.
They have such a
Holy
weird
I'm
shit.
team.
telling
I
you,
forgot
dude,
about that.
Bryce Young is going to go 40 for
Do they have a line?
40
there?
for 48
No offensive line.
every game.
But at least that motherfucker's
Hey, they have
mobile.
Icky.
They have
come
no
on.
offensive line there.
They have
Yeah,
Icky.
the motherfucker's
Icky's
mobile.
really good.
Okay. Merlin Robertson. You are unsigned.
Yeah.
and
Oh, I thought you were about to
undrafted
break news.
and
Fuck you.
everything.
Whoa.
What?
On everything?
Well, just
Well,
unsigned,
That is
undrafted.
very mean.
Sorry. Look, Merlin. I think there's a lot of potential.
Still got beautiful hair, though, I'm sure.
He does. I saw it at practice like a month ago.
Do we think he's going to get
Maybe he
signed?
cut his hair.
Yes, no, maybe.
He's such a large man that I think he probably will make his practice squad.
I was
I'm
surprised
surprised
that
that
Curtis
AP
Hodges,
didn't give him
from Curtis
nothing.
Hodges finding a place on an NFL roster, and Merlin
Yeah,
Robertson
but you
not.
gotta pass catcher.
That's like one of your least favorite Arizona
He's-
State Sun Devils of all time.
Yeah, it just frustrates me when people are big and don't do anything with it.
Mm,
Like if you're 6'8", do something.
mm.
It seems like an attack at some.
Yeah, Jacob does things.
Okay, that's what I was.
But he doesn't use his height.
Nobody does things.
But he doesn't use his height.
No, but Curtis Hodges is like a tree. He just like is there.
You know
Yeah.
how I feel about trees.
Do you think
Again-
Merlin finds this spot on the roster?
Well, like I said, I'm surprised. I don't know. Like he seems like the kind of guy that might. Getting back to the XFL thing, like
Yeah.
use a year of minor league football and then get his name to show that he could do it at a pro level. I don't know. I feel like he probably would have been already if he really was going to be.
Yeah, we saw Darren Butler get snagged almost immediately
Yeah.
after the draft, which, by the way, called that last year.
You did. You absolutely did.
Merlin, as I said, it just size wise, I feel like it'd be hard to believe he doesn't go find a spot somewhere. But
Yeah.
XFL, he could be a stud.
yeah, absolutely.
Robertson, you are
Or a St. Louis
the
Battlehawk.
St. Louis Battlehawk. Caw is the law.
I hate that.
Caw.
On that note, I want to tell you guys about Burrito Express. Literally the best burritos in the world, in the galaxy, the universe, ours, and those that we are unfamiliar of. If you haven't tried them, I don't know why. They've got locations all over the valley. And if you guys want to support some Arizona State athletes, they've got a couple of NIL deals with Jazz Hill and Elijah Badger.
Did you see Jordan Van Hook broke her bat?
Yeah, her aluminum bat.
Holy shnikes.
That'd be pretty strong to do something like that.
Yeah,
I believe.
she's definitely fueled by Burrito Express.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like the whole
Did I ever
softball
tell you
team
to start
is.
someone we almost got in a car accident? Jordan Van Hook and I?
No,
Did you?
you didn't.
I didn't get any of that.
Jordan Van Hook and I almost got in a car accident. Remember when I texted
Oh,
y'all?
yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
Were you
leaving
on your way to
football
Burrito
practice.
Express?
Yes, from football practice.
Wow.
She was coming into the practice facility.
She's probably just thinking about hitting dingers.
Yeah.
Or was it your fault? It's probably your fault.
Yeah, that's always Sean's fault.
It was
Guys,
hers.
Sean was probably thinking about Jordan Van Hook hitting dingers.
It was her fault.
Follow Burrito Express at Burrito EXP.
But I was, yeah.
Burrito Express.
Get
Get
it
it in
in
your cup holders.
Yes.
I want to clip that at her on Twitter.
The car accident thing?
Yeah.
She'll probably not.
She'd be like,
she
what the
definitely won't remember it, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to put Sean on blast.
I also-
What if she's like, yes, I think about this
Yeah,
every single
yeah,
day.
that was my
Like
fault.
we were in a parking lot moving slowly, so it wasn't like the most dramatic thing in the world. It was just you only will remember it if you were the civilian in an incident where you almost hit cars with a celebrity.
Mm.
Okay.
I was in Mexico,
Yes.
and the Mexico Open was in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
So John Rahm was in Mexico.
Mm.
We would drive by the golf
Filipino.
course every time we'd go to downtown.
Okay.
Computer done.
Could have watched it on Fubo TV.
Okay.
PGA Championship is on Fubo
Oh.
TV.
You could watch it on Fubo TV if the person who had control of your account didn't change the password, or
I didn't.
Well, it said you did. So.
I didn't.
Well,
I
commit to the
promise.
bit,
Holy
commit to the bit,
shit.
commit to the
Breaking
bit.
news.
Whoa.
Merlin Robertson. He is a commie.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a Washington Commander.
Look at that.
Wow. Look at the timing on that. Yeah.
You think they're covering that on ESPN
Congratulations, Merlin.
on Fubo TV?
Huh?
You think they're covering that on ESPN right now that you
Merlin?
can watch on Fubo TV? Yeah.
I'm going to say no, but you never know.
How do you know? You got to turn on Fubo TV.
You keep talking. I'm gonna go see if I changed. I didn't.
All I know is I tried to log into Fubo yesterday to watch the D-backs games because Fubo TV is amazing. You can get Valley
I
Sports
hope we didn't get hacked.
Arizona, so you can watch all
I'm
your
still
D-backs
in.
games. You can watch ESPN, so you can watch and
Sean
TNT. I
forgot the
believe. So you can,
password.
no,
Sean
because it was
forgot.
saved in my computer. We'll discuss after, so I can get access to Fubo, so I can watch all of my favorite Arizona sports.
Nice.
Thankfully, I had my Fubo set up to record D-backs games.
Yeah.
And since there's, I believe, 10,000 hours of DVR on Fubo TV.
1,000.
1,000 hours of DVR.
10,000 would be too much.
That would be a lot. That'd be too much. You don't have that much time.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 hours of DVR on
like
Fubo
takes
TV.
10,000
D-backs
hours
games are
for
only
me to be
2.5 to 3 hours now because baseball is fun and fast. I can go back once Shane gives me the password. You can go back to Fubo TV and rewatch D-backs game from yesterday.
And after the Coyotes get the first overall pick, you can watch the NHL draft
True.
as well. So make sure to do that. And just use the link in the description to sign up and get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. I did not change the password.
We'll discuss.
Okay.
I can change
we're
it
gonna
if
play
you
a
want me
game.
to.
Sure. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna play 20 questions because we haven't played it in a minute. So forget what segment 3 says. We're going to do something else.
I don't even know what segment 3 said.
Well,
I feel like PD sometimes.
you
It's
are.
like, I don't know what we're talking about. What are we doing here?
Computer's
I gotta know the best.
Computer's
My
closed.
computer died for the record. But
What are you doing, man? What are you doing? All right, 20 questions. You know how this works. We
Wait,
go
what?
back and forth. You guys get yes or no questions. What?
It didn't matter that you read segment 3 because that's not what segment 3 says.
yeah, that's what he just said.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
sorry.
That's why I
sorry.
said I hadn't read 7-3.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
I don't feel like we're really locked in today, boys.
I think we are.
just don't think you are.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, he just wasn't listening to
Well,
what we
wait,
said.
but let's not point fingers.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
Lock in.
Yeah, Sean, you can lock in first. Buckle up. Do what you got to do.
Locked in.
You
Zay
get the
Meeks?
first question.
Zay Meeks.
Say Meeks.
No, it's
That'd
not
be
Zay
Dude, that
Meeks.
would have been
Not Zay Meeks.
hilarious. That would have been too obvious,
Yeah.
though.
All right, yes or no question. Numero uno. In chat, you can chime in here.
Is it a person?
It is.
Okay.
Woo! Oh, we're
Yeah.
getting this.
So I'm
fire.
glad because he told me to ask first, but my first question was going to be, is it food? So I'm glad you skipped.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It was
Cause law.
It was what?
You just
Did you say cacao is a lie?
he did. No, the law.
Oh, cacao is a lie, and the cake is a lie. Is it a man? I'm gonna cut it in half.
Yes.
There we go.
Did said man go to the Arizona University?
The Arizona University.
Arizona State.
No,
University.
he did not.
Is he associated with Arizona State?
I gotta keep track of these questions. No, he is not associated with Arizona State.
Okay. Is he associated with sports?
Yes.
Okay. Let's narrow down the sports.
Because I just want to say, and this is not my official guess, I just want to say that I swear to God, if this is Michael Mayer, we're going to have a problem.
Dude, I'm so mad that he's a Raider, but that's neither here nor there.
He probably just should have tried to be a little bit better in college.
Yeah,
and he would have
be
got
better than
drafted.
Dalton Kincaid, and you would be drafted earlier.
Can't wait for him to just destroy records. But go ahead.
Dalton Kincaid, he will. Is he associated? Does that have anything to do with the NFL draft?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so it's football.
I'm just gonna put kinda for that.
Question.
Question numero is just 7.
Is he older than 40?
Yes.
Okay, old man.
Old man Jenkins. Is PD older than 40? Yeah.
Is it Russell Crowe?
Stop it.
I was kidding.
Russell Crowe. It
I was
looks.
just like, yes.
59 years old.
Russell Crowe's 59. Tom Cruise is 60.
And they're coming out with a sequel to The Gladiator.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Guys.
Directed by
What are we
Ridley
saying?
Scott.
Locked
How old's
That
Ridley
Pedro
Scott?
Pascal is going to be in it.
How old's Ridley Scott?
Locked in. This is what we're doing.
Wait. You know, he didn't watch that movie with you. That was just you, right?
Draft day?
Yeah.
No. Although
Okay.
I was thinking that.
Okay.
But, is it
Question
an
8.
active NFL football player?
No, he's older than 40.
Oh, older than 40.
Wait,
I
I
didn't
That
get it.
counts. He's not
Sorry.
locked in. That's what
You
it's on him.
suck,
I didn't
Sean.
hear that.
You heard it.
You
just
heard
weren't
it
paying
because we were
attention.
talking about old
you're
people.
right.
You didn't
You're right.
retain
You're
it.
right. You're right. I didn't
We were
retain
talking
it.
about
That's
old
good.
people.
Russell Crowe
That is,
being
I did not
59.
retain it.
Happy 60th, Dad. Okay. Did he play said football?
Yeah. He played
But,
football.
at a professional level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 10.
Played football at a professional level. Did you ask if he was alive still?
I no, he said is he older than 40? So I wouldn't go there. I would ask. I don't know. You can ask that. As well. Is he alive?
He did. Is he?
He's older than 40, but he's dead.
Is he currently? Is he a coach?
He is a coach.
Okay.
Question 11.
Is he a coach at the NFL level? Should
No, he's not.
oh
Ridley Scott is 85. Damn. JJ.
damn.
JJ, how old is Zane Meeks?
But he's out here.
So he's not an NFL coach. but
Not
he's
an
a
NFL coach.
But he is a coach, and he played high level.
He did. He
Or
played high
commercial
level.
football.
Oh,
And wait, he was not associated with Arizona State?
Correct.
I think I know who it is. I think I know who it
Go
is.
for it. Go for it.
Is it Dion, Coach Prime
It
Sanders?
is Dion
God
Coach Ryan
damn it.
Sanders. Dude.
Did he do something that made you switch the entire?
What he did this weekend pissed me the hell off.
The Jackson State thing?
Holy shit. No, complaining about only one HBCU player getting drafted. Buddy, stay at HBCU. Try to change it. You can't have it both ways.
No, he can't, but he wants to. He wants to. You know he's not hard to find.
Yeah.
He's not hard to find. The
so
reason
tired
I
of
bring
that
up
man.
Dion Coach
I'm
Prime
just tired of that
Sanders,
man and his
Yeah.
posturing.
I'm just tired of the wait. Like, he will go on Twitter and just like, I feel like he's trying to be Tony Robbins. Like, I just feel like that's what he's going for here. But the transfer portal, I wanted to talk about that just for a quick second. So the portal window closed today.
Did you do 20 questions just so you could segue and do
Yes.
a respect?
Yes.
I love that.
Transfer portal window is technically closed. There are different rules for grad transfers, but you are going to see players still commit. Okay, so there's some misconceptions that whether it be Colorado's roster or ASU or just rosters in general are set. There are still players in the portal that will be committing, and they can commit whenever. The transfer portal window closing means that you cannot leave the current roster that you are on. Like I said, unless you are a grad transfer, there are certain rules that they abide to that are different, right? So the way it stands right now for ASU is the quarterback situation is what it is. Drew Pine is still a Sun Devil. Trenton Bourget is still a Sun Devil. Jacob Conover is still a Sun Devil. We were expecting at least one of them. I know when spring ended, we all thought at least one quarterback was going to leave. Meredith obviously left. There was still some questions about whether Pine would decide to leave. He opted to stay. But you should still see Arizona State getting guys in the portal. They're going to be going after for younger players, is from my understanding, in terms of any wild card players. If they go get them, there is still a need at offensive line. There's still a need at defensive line, and there is still a need at linebacker.
Yeah. I mean, this is less players than I thought would transfer out. So
Yeah, same. I'm surprised that there are 4 quarterbacks on the roster. 4 quarterback. Well, I was gonna say 4 quarterbacks I feel comfortable starting. I guess that's not entirely true, but like 4.
I think I only feel comfortable with one starting.
That's probably true. I could convince myself to be. I could convince myself to be comfortable with Jaden Rashada starting. I wouldn't. I could lie to myself and get myself there.
That would be a big lie.
Yeah.
Because but I mean, I can get myself to be like, okay, like he's getting his reps now. He's the future. Yeah, like I'm not. I could get myself to be okay with it. Not that I would think they would be good at football. But yes, generally speaking. Oh, did I ever tell you about the one time that's a story for off air.
Yeah, it is. I could tell the way you were talking about that was going to be the story.
Did I ever tell you about that one time that we all went to Illegal Pete's and got burritos and margaritas and had just the dandiest time the morning of the spring game?
I don't remember that ever happening because you don't hang out with us.
The morning of the spring game? I remember
Oh,
that.
you said the morning of the spring
Yes.
game? We didn't eat burritos that time.
Dude, I hate him sometimes.
Well,
You sound like you were setting up a very specific memory and
Guys, Illegal Pete's, they've got some delicious ingredients and customizable options.
why don't you hang out with us?
Are the perfect way to treat your guests to a culinary adventure they're never going to forget. Unless they're Shawn DePaz, then they tend to be very forgetful.
That's true.
Guys, to book your catering order, head to catering.illegalpete's.com. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot to get burritos, margaritas, and hang out with your friends.
Get it in you.
Illegal Pete's.
get it in you.
Get it in ya. Anybody want to tell me about the gas they did not smell this weekend?
Do they have Circle K in the middle of the ocean where you were?
There was no Circle K. There's only Oxos. OXXOs. They're everywhere.
Are they?
The vibes are not
What is it?
immaculate.
What's an OXO?
It's just a gas station. The vibes
It's
are
not a Circle K. That's all
the
you
vibes
really
are
need
not
to know.
immaculate there.
Did you use CircleK.com/store-locator while you were there?
No.
That's your first mistake. I'm sure there were Circle K's all around you.
I'm sure
Actually,
there were Husqvarnas too.
There probably were Husqvarnas. Circle K is simply the best gas station ever. I don't know what to tell you. Otherwise, I mean, the best gas station ever. You can get.
Are we texting right now or no?
Not yet. I don't think.
Okay.
Soon. I mean, just stick around because soon we'll be doing more text to win campaigns with Circle K. I know that for a fact. I just don't know the details of what they're going to be yet. So stick around for that. Because Circle K is just hella generous. They just be giving you the best prices on gas, the best prices on snacks and coffee and beer and
No,
the
I have
things.
an update. There is a text to win.
Oh my
campaign,
God.
And I will tell you about it.
Leah ad read.
Wow. Okay, so ready? So it's gonna flash on the screen. So get your phones out. Here's what you're gonna do.
Oh my God. It's
Oh,
good. Do it before
shit.
it goes away.
It's blue.
Text PHNX to 31310 to join their SMS subscriber club and get a buy one get one free offer on 32-ounce Polar Pops.
Dog.
Ooh. Dude, Polar Pops.
Can we text for this one or
Dog,
no?
if you only got $2 in your pocket, and
Dude, I have no dollars in my pocket.
If you have $2 in your pocket, you could get 4.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're like 97 cents.
What are you
So-
doing getting 4 Polar Pops?
Well,
Fucking just living your life.
I wasn't done.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe you're with your honey.
The boys.
Maybe you're with 3 bizoys, and you're just trying. You're just trying to get a nice Polar Pop. Use that. Text PHNX 31310.
Oh, yeah, for a buy one get one Polar Pop. I do love Polar Pops because they stay colder longer, and also depending on which one you're at, the Circle K that's closest to our office has Arizona iced teas like on tap basically, and so you can get them in the Polar Pops, and they stay nice and cold longer. So check them out. Like I said earlier, if you're trying to find your closest Circle K, head to circlek.com/store-locator to find the nearest Circle K near you.
Guys, on that note, if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Tochi. You can follow Shane at Shane Deef. You can follow Shawn DePaz at Shawn_DePaz.
Running the Princeton as always.
Beautiful. We will see you guys Tuesday at 2 p.m. And before we get out of here, guys, the #1 wide receiver in the 2027 class, Booby Feaster, just received an offer from Arizona State. Go like that tweet. Go retweet it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you Tuesday. But for now, peace.